Okay, so good afternoon. Let's start the session. Okay, hope my screen is visible. So in today's class, we are going to see about deep learning using TensorFlow. Okay, so what is TensorFlow? We have seen, right, it is an open source end-to-end machine learning library. So what we use TensorFlow for, if you want to do some pre-processing data, or if you want to create your own model data, or you want to deploy your data, you can go for the TensorFlow model, right? Then what is the another advantages? It is open source, which has been created by Google. Okay, and if you see means it is also having some pre-built uh, deep learning models. Okay, sorry. It is having pre-built. What does that means? Already some person might have created the model with some optimized level, and then they will be uploaded in their official website. Okay, so that we can able to use that model as our input, and also we can create our project. So that is one more advantage of this TensorFlow model. So that type of models you will get in TensorFlow Hub. Okay, and then the process, if you see, means we will go through stages. Like first, we will pre-process our data, and then we will try to convert, create our own model or pre-trained model, and then we will deploy our model into our application. If you are creating any application, means you will use those model to create your own application. Okay, so that is one advantage. So why to use a TensorFlow model? So as I told, you don't need to create from the scratch. You want to make any machine learning or deep learning model, means already it will be available in the TensorFlow model. So if you go to the tensorflow.org, so this is the website. So you can able to see lot of things like they have given for JavaScript, mobile or IoT related projects, everything they have given. And CEC model building is there, and then robust ML project is there, and then we can also do it for research and other purpose. Okay, here if you see, means they have some ML problems solution, like a neural network or recognition system, or GAN. Okay, this is also nowadays one of the famous thing, which is expert level. What this type of neural network will do is it will create new type of generation. For example, if you are passing some images, means, so I have told you, right, three category we can separate this deep learning model. So first, what we can do, if you want to predict, means you can use this deep learning concept. And then if you want to detect, okay, face detection or any other detection type of thing you want to do, means further we can do deep learning. And the third one is generation. Okay, if I am passing some images to my model, it can able to create one new different images out of the images we have passed. Like if you are asking to your model, okay, I want a cat to be in green color, or some other new type of feature you are asking, means that is also possible uh, using the GAN. Okay, this is one of the trending algorithm, you can say. Okay, and then another algorithm is also is there, like transformer. Okay, that is used for text, from starting from text to other cases also you can use. If you go to the resources section, means here you can see the models and data sets. Okay, pre-trained model and data set are available here. See, as I told, in the, if you go to the TensorFlow hub, means, so some of the model which has been solved by them will be available here. Here you can find some of the resources like embedded based or language model, okay, classification type, based model. All this you can search. Okay, for example, generation based model is in mean. Here it will be in the file format. You have to download, and you have to perform some operation. Okay, in the data set also you can go and select which type of data you want. Okay, here they have given some models also, I guess. Okay, I have seen like if you are giving an image, okay, to your model means it will automatically extract the faces, okay, what are all the objects present in the images. That type of projects also available here. Okay, just take a look. Even they provide some uh, tutorials and guides for you. Okay, that also you can check. For like as you are going to start a project means it will be helpful if you are practicing with already existing problem. Okay, okay. Okay. So what will happen in the neural network is, so whatever data you are giving, whether it is unstructured or an unstructured data, that will be converted into numerical encoding. Okay, because our neural network as well as the machine learning concept will understand only the numbers. Okay, based on the numbers only, it will perform some computation, right? So all this data will be converted into numerical format, and those numerical data will be passed to our neural network. Okay, we will choose our network based on the problem. Okay, and then it will again give you some output in same numerical format only. So those format has to be converted into human readable format. In case if I am passing some image means it should say it belongs, I mean this image is containing this type of food, and the voice inside the voice what the person is saying, or what it has to reply, everything will comes under this flow only. Okay, so here, this two numerical data is there, right? That is what we call it as tensors. Okay, more than two dimension is there means we call it as tensors. Okay, so as per now we have seen with the three dimension only, right? So in single dimension means we will say scalar, two dimension means we will say vector, three dimension means we say matrix, or three or more dimension is there means we will call it as tensors. Okay, so these are some of the attributes of tensors. Like it is having shape, and here we call the dimension as rank. Okay, rank 0 means scalar, rank 1 means vector, rank 2 means matrix, and n rank, which is n number of dimension is there means we call them as tensor, and we can access the data by giving the index everything, as how we will do in the slicing, indexing, everything that is also possible in the tensor as well. Okay, similar like how we will use the numpy. Okay, like that we can use this tensor. Okay, and the important steps, or what are the steps we will go through in the TensorFlow model is, first thing will be the data. So we need some data to give to our neural network, right? So the all the data should be in the numerical format only, because our network cannot understand the string format. Okay, that is first thing. And the shapes should be maintained. If in the program you are specifying one input shape means same number of input should be given, okay, during the time of uh, training or predicting the model. Okay, then only it can able to predict it correctly. And then scaling features, so we have normalization and standardization, right? So here in the machine learning concept we mostly use the standardization method, right? uh, Scalar we have used, right? Here it will mostly use the normalization method. Okay, so this we have seen in the machine learning concept itself. We have min-max scalar and then standard scalar method, right? Here we will mostly use the min-max scalar method instead of standard scalar method. Why? Because if you see the action functions which we have seen yesterday, mostly the values will be in between zeros and ones only. So it will be better if you are converting the values also in that format. Okay, only the tan h will have a minus 1 to 1, remaining mostly will have 0. Either it will have for example sigmoid, if you go means it will have 0 to 1, and then if you go for a step function means again that will also have 0 or 1. Okay, and then in the ReLU method also, either it will be 0, the positive value will be any value, it can be infinite also. In the loosely coupled we will specify the default value. So that is why we are going for the min-max scalar method. Okay, so simple change only will be there. And then so in the second, third, fourth step, what we are doing, we are trying to build a model. Okay, and then we will fit the data, like training data we will fit into our model, and then we will try to evaluate our model. Okay, this is a simple example. Like here what they have created is a simple neural network they have created. Here if you see means tf dot keras dot sequential is there, right? So here sequential is nothing but we are going to build a model in a sequential fashion, which means the model will be built in layer by layer. And layer by layer means first we will have input layer, and then we will have a multiple or one hidden layer, and then we will have output layer, right? Similar way we will specify here also. Here they have specified only one layer. Okay, just tf dot keras dot layers dot dense. So here dense means it is fully connected network. Okay, it is also called as fully connected network, which means all the input or the hidden layer will be connected to the another layer. Okay, that is why we call it as dense layer. Okay, if you compare with the machine learning as well as the TensorFlow means, in machine learning also you will give the class name, right? What class object you are going to create for a class. So that we will specify, and then we will directly go to the fitting set, I mean a fitting step. Correct, where we will give the training value. But here we are going to do one more step also, which means compile the model. Okay, after creating our neural network, what we have to do is we have to compile. Inside the compile, we have to give three things. Okay, I think here you can able to see clearly. So here we have to give three things. So first thing will be the loss. Okay, here loss is finding the difference between the predicted value as well as the expected value. Correct. So for that, here in the example they have used MAE, which is uh, mean absolute error. Okay, we can also use mean square error also. Okay, and then optimizer. What optimizer we have seen yesterday? We have seen gradient descent method, right? Algorithm. So that only they have used here. Here they have specified as SGD. So SGD means nothing but sarcastic gradient descent method. That is the full name. Okay, in short, they will represent as SGD. Okay, we also have another method called Adam method. Okay, nowadays we prefer going for that method rather than this method, because for most of the problem it can able to predict it more better. Okay, that's why we go for this. And in the metrics we are specifying what type of error detection we have used. Here we have used MAE, right? So this is for our human interpretable, okay, value. And then we have to fit the training data into our model. So we will in the machine learning, what we will do, we will only give the x train and y train, right? Here along with that we have to specify the epochs. So how many iteration, how many times you want to train your model, that we have to specify here. Okay, and then we will evaluate the model. Okay, by x test and y test we will evaluate how much it is predicting, or we can also predict by passing some value. Okay. Okay, so that is what given here. So as per these steps, so first step, whether we will create, here we are creating, right? This first and second step we are creating. If you are using some already available model means, we will simply import that model into our program. Okay, and all these steps we will perform. Okay. Okay, so in these steps, so we have seen up to four steps, right? In the fifth step, what we are having, to improve those experimentation. Okay, improve through experimentation. So how we can improve our model? So here we add one simple neural structure, right? So from this structure we will try to uh, add one by one, we will try to change the values. Okay, here we should not change all the values at once. So one by one we have to change the parameter, and then we will check, we have to check whether our model is predicting correctly or not. Okay, here if you see means, here we had only one neural network, right? But if we come here means they have created three hidden layers, okay, and also each layer they have specified 100 neurons, okay, and then along with that they have specified the activation function also. So here they use ReLU method, okay. It is not that we have to give a same activation function for all. You can change at the end also. If you want output in zeros and ones means we can give before going to the output layer, we can convert them into sigmoid, okay, that also possible. And the final layer is considered as our output layer, okay. So that will be mostly only one, okay, even if it is a regression based model or classification model also. Finally we want to get only one output, right? So either true or false or any some value. So that is why we will have in the end one value. Okay, then what other changes they have made? They try to change the optimizer. Okay, so instead of giving SGD, they have given Adam value. I mean Adam method, and then inside the Adam, they have specified the learning rate. So by default value is 0.001. Okay, it is not that the value should always be very lesser, right? We can also give one or greater values also we can give. Okay, like by starting we are giving this default value. Slowly we will change the value and check. Instead of giving 0.001, we will try to give it as 0.01 or 0.1. Then if that, then also you cannot able to predict means we can also give 1 and change it. Okay, instead of giving MAE, you can give mean square error. So likewise you can change. And what else we can do is, here if you see the smaller model means they have given only the subset. See, X train subset and Y train subset only they have given. As per our learning, deep learning needs more data to train our model, right? So instead of giving less amount of data for checking, we can also give entire data for checking for training purpose, okay. And then we can also increase the epoch ratio, I mean count also. So here we have given only 5, we can give 100. In some cases it will go for 1000 also. So that many iteration performing only it can able to predict up to the level, okay, more than 90% or 95% it can able to predict. So in some cases what will happen, if we may feel like, okay, if we are increasing epoch count means the output also increasing. So in some cases people will give more epoch value to get some accuracy. But what type of error it will lead to is, during the training time you will get more accuracy, okay, and less error. But when you are trying with the new data or you are testing with some validation means, in that case you will not attain a proper accuracy, okay. In that case, as here mentioned, so you can try to change this many values, okay, as you can add some layers to it, and then you can see, or you can increase the number of hidden units. So each you having 100, right? You can also increase with 200, 500 like that. So that is one possibility is there. And you can change the activation function. Maybe as per now, this review method is little bit more efficient than other method. In some cases, other method may be performing better means you can go for that model also. We have multiple options, right? So that we can try, and then we can change the learning rate. As I told, instead of going for the default value, you can change the learning rate also, and then you can check, okay, whether our model is reaching the accuracy or not. If all these are not working, okay, after some point of time you cannot able to see any improvement in our model, then the final thing is, either you have to change the model or you have to increase your data. Sorry, not changing the model, you have to change the data, okay. Maybe you have improper data, so you have to change your data, or you, if it is predicting some extent, and you, if you are feeding with more input means it can able to perform means, in that case you can add more data also. For example, in teachable machine, I have added 50-50 images only, right? 50 or 60 images I have imported. In case if I'm giving 100 images for mask alone, and then I'm giving only 10 or 20 images means, in that case also our prediction will not be better, right? In that case what we will do, we will try to add some more no mask images, or we can create multiple classes and then split the images accordingly, so that in this way by tuning the model we can able to attain some accuracy. Okay. Up to this, any doubts is there? Like these are the steps here, and the final step, what we can do is we can save our model in two different ways. Okay, one is default save model method, and another one is HDF method. Okay, hierarchical density file based model. Okay, both will be saving our file. What is the difference if you are asking means in the HDF method it will return you only one file. Okay, it will be in the extension of .h5. Okay, it will contain all the weights of our model, trained model. Whereas if you go for the default saving method means it will give you some folder. Okay, inside that it will have some assert, weights, BIOS, everything will be splitted into separate files. Okay, okay. So let us see if you have not used about Google Colab means. So let us see something about it. So Google Colab is free and online only. Okay, you can go to that. I hope you might have installed the TensorFlow in your local system as well. If you have not installed means try to install it. Okay. By default in the Google Colab you can import the TensorFlow without installing it. Okay, by default it will have. So that is one advantage. So it is not that you have to use the Google Colab alone in the future classes. You can use your local machine as well. I'm just showing this in case if you are doing some projects. In that case, you can share this particular notebook with your friends as well. Okay, we are having some sharing option as well. Okay, so for that purpose, you can use. Okay, that is one advantage. As I told, by default, a TensorFlow will be available in the Google Colab. Okay, so after this, you check the version. And one more advantage is it will provide you some suggestion as well. Okay, before that, what you have to do is you have to connect it. Okay, if it is not connected means try connecting it. Okay, it has been connected. Okay, once it has connected, it is showing the RAM and disk. Okay, how much RAM it is taking and how much disk space it is taking. Okay, so here you just go and check the version of our TensorFlow. Okay. Okay, here we are having the version of 2.7.0. Okay, along with the TensorFlow, if you are installing in your local system also, Keras also will be installed along with it. Okay, so try to import that also and check for the version as well. Okay, why I'm doing is k dot. So another advantage of this Google Colab is the suggestion. It will provide you some suggestions what you want to type, and then it will also provide some documentation as well. So if you are stuck somewhere, you don't know what this function will do or what should come next, you can use this suggestion and you can perform the operation. Okay. So based on what I'm typing, so it will also provide me some suggestions. Okay. Okay, here both are having 2.7 and 2.7. Okay, in case while you are installing and checking your version, TensorFlow is having 2.7 and Keras is having 2.8 means in that case you have to manually install the Keras again with this particular version. Okay, any doubt? What happens, Anoni? Okay, why we have to why we have to do that is Otherwise, when you are trying to build your model, it will throw one error. So that error I have taken here. So this error you will get attribute error. So model TensorFlow version 2 is not having an attribute of something like that, it will come. So no merge class is there. So this error will come based on this particular problem only. If it is having different version means it will throw this error. So to overcome this error, you just have to install like pip install keras equal to and then you have to specify the version. So 2.7.0 if you are specifying means so it will and then if you are trying restarting the program means it will work fine. Here in the Google Colab you cannot give directly pip install, so you just have to add colon in front of it, exclamatory mark in front of it. Okay, now if you are running means it will work fine. Okay, in case if you are facing this type of error means you can do this, otherwise no need for doing this. Okay, so I have told how to share, sharing
Cube,
is,
sir.
yes, Sandeep.
So how to install this TensorFlow in our local machine? Can you please show the command?
Pip install TensorFlow you give Sandeep, that's all.
Only this one, sir.
Pip install TensorFlow is enough.
Okay, sir.
Okay, in case if you are having a GPU in your local system means in that case you can also install like pip install and TensorFlow only if you are having only. Okay, so TensorFlow GPU will be there. Okay.
So should we work on this Google Colab only?
No, no, ma'am, not necessary, ma'am. I'm just showing you. Uh, this also an advantage is there. Why I'm showing you this? Because most of your system may not have GPU support, right? So you may have normal CPU only. But in Google Colab, they will provide you some free GPU. Okay, you can use that support as well. Okay, that's why I have taken this and I'm showing you, ma'am. Okay, in case if you are working in some project, okay, in that case you are having some lower end hardware or something, and your model is taking lot of time. Okay, you can see in some projects if you are seeing means there will be some lag will be there because of the hardware. They may have older hardwares. In that case, you can use this Google Colab also to run your model, okay, project. In case if you are going for bigger data set, you want to tune it, it will take lot of time. Means if you are doing it in Colab means it will reduce your time. Okay, that is one advantage. Now we are not going to deal with the huge amount of data, so no big need for this. But just saying, in case you are going for higher project means it will be useful. Okay, so here if you see the options means here you are seeing here if you see means it is having only the sample data which is by default when you go to the Google Colab means by default all this data set will be there. But in case if you want to upload your own data set into your model, or you want to import your drive, okay, you are having some files in your drive and you want to access it from the Google Colab means that is also possible by using these commands. Okay, you can use this command, or here if you are going means here it is showing right, mount drive is there. If you give means it will ask for authentication and everything, and I will show you how to do this by using our program. Okay, by Python program. So from google.colab, okay, you have to import the drive, okay, and then you have to give drive.mount, okay, mount. So content, okay, this is default like path, okay, for everyone it is same. If I running this means it is, see, it is asking for some permission connect to Google Drive. So if I give connect means it will redirect you to the
Excuse me,
G.
sir.
Yes, yes.
Sir, can you please increase your font size?
Font size, okay, okay,
Yeah,
sure.
it is very short.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Now is it enough, ma'am?
A little bit more.
Even more. This one?
Yeah, it's okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, okay, thank you. I think you're watching in mobile, I guess. Okay.
Not
See,
at all.
okay, okay, ma'am. If this font is fine means okay, ma'am. Okay, here it will ask you to allow. Okay, if you give allow means so this particular line is running. Okay, now it has been mounted, right? If you go and check in the file folder means see my drive folder also have been added. Okay, from this you can able to take your files. But only thing is each time you have to run this. Okay, when you are going to the Google Lab collab. Okay, and how to access the file. Okay, by default path will be. I'm just giving like if you want to access some data frame. Okay, right now I didn't install any pandas, right? So assume that I have installed pandas. See, it is showing me suggestion also, like pandas as PD. This and all like basic things, right? So it can increase your speed of typing also. So PD dot. So up to this, you will be having the same path only for everyone. So you should give it in the single quotes in that content, okay, slash drive, okay, and from that my drive, okay. Inside that, so this is the complete path, okay. Collab notebook will be there, notebooks, and then if you are having any folder or file means you have to specify that name. Okay, directly if you have uploaded means you can give the file name or else you have to specify the folder inside the folder what file you want to import, like that you can give. Okay, this is one method. Okay, and another method is instead of importing the drive each time signing in, what you can do is if you are having the CSV file in your local system, you just want to upload that particular file into your Google Colab immediately means in that case you have to import Google Colab, okay, import files, okay, and then just by giving some variable equal to files dot upload. If you run this means it will ask for choose file, okay. So if I click means it will redirect me to some location. From that I can take any one CSV file and then I can import it into my Google Colab. Okay, these are all basic things. Okay, right now I'm not importing anything. So these things you will be useful in case if you are using Google Colab for first time. Okay, and another thing what I have told is you can able to use GPU, right? A graphical processing unit. So initially you will not have GPU. By default it will run in a CPU like normal only. But how to find whether I'm having GPU or not, or how to enable the GPU access. So for that what you have to do? First we have to check whether we are having any GPU active or not. So for that what you have to give is so tf dot, okay, if you go to the configuration, okay, in that sorry in that you have to list okay, okay, list physical yes, list physical device, okay. So inside that you have to specify, okay, I want to check GPU, right? So whether GPU is there or not. So right now it is empty, okay, because I have not enabled it. So how to enable the GPU? So here if you go to the runtime session section means if you see here, okay, change runtime type is there, right? If you click here means right now the hardware accelerator is none, okay. So what I will do, I will change it into GPU, okay. After changing, so it will give you some warning also, don't use GPU unnecessarily, like whenever you need you use it, like that it is saying. But for now I'm just going to show you only, right? So it will not be an issue if it is turned on, okay. So I'm saving it. So it will try to reconnect. Okay. Okay. Now if you go and check means, see, when it was initially it was only system RAM and disk only, right? Now GPU also added into our Google Colab. Okay. Now if I rerun this particular thing, line means, sorry, why it is showing error? Okay. Sorry, the Google Colab has been restarted, right? So I have to rerun this code. So to make it easy, what in case if you are having a 20 like 100 100 cells previously has been run. Okay, instead of going and running each cell, you can give the run before also. So if you are in this particular cell and you are giving runtime, if you are going to the runtime and you are giving run before means all the cells which are present before this particular cell will run automatically. Okay, so right now I am not doing anything. Okay, this is showing error, so we can ignore that errors and all. Okay, see, initially it showed empty list only. Now it is showing, see, physical device name, physical device GPU 0. Okay, even if you are in the local system also, you can run this particular line and check whether you are having GPU or not. Okay, in case if you are having means you can use that. It is not that each time you have to go and check whether it is running in GPU or CPU. Once if you are having and you have enabled it by installing the TensorFlow.gpu, whenever there is a need for GPU, it will automatically take the access of the GPU. Otherwise, it will run normally. Okay, so this will also be useful. If you want to see more details means about this GPU means, in case if you are having a NVIDIA. Okay, nvidia.smi if you are giving means, so it will give you some details of how much memory is there, how much I have used, like that it will show me. Okay, right now it is not running any process. Okay. Okay. um, and another one thing is, if you are taking some old projects, okay, for testing purpose, or you want to check how the program is working, if they have given any requirements.txt file means, first go through that particular file. Okay, what version of tensor, I mean if they have used TensorFlow or Python or any other library means, what version they have installed, you just take a look of it. Why? Because if the TensorFlow now they have updated to version 2, right? So if you are trying to run the older codes means, it will not run. Similarly, if you have taken some project which has been created in TensorFlow 1 or any other library which at that time they have used, that will not run in your new updated one. So in that case, you should know, in here only the virtual environment we have studied, right, in the first class of Python, that may be useful. Okay, if you are trying to run different projects and check, in that case, if you don't want your original Python to be get crashed, in that case you can use it, or you can go for this Google Colab also. Okay, to avoid that type of issues. Okay, so I will minimize the screen size. So like that's all I have to say in this particular Google Colab. So as I told you, you can share it with your teammate also, so that both can parallelly work. We can give editing permission, we can give, or else you can give only the view permission also. Okay, folder we have seen, and then if you want to see the variables imported, that is also you can see here. And then in the Google Colab, it will give you some snippets also. Okay, see here you are having lot of snippets, like already pre-built some codings also will be there. That also you can directly use it into your Google Colab. So these are some of the advantages. Like for example, like showing CSV image, like that is there means, simply if you give insert means, it will insert into your Google Colab. Just all you have to do is simply need to run your cells. Okay, like this features also available in